Let's continue with operation 6. Now 200 minus 127. 0 minus 7 we can't subtract, so 0 tends to borrow from the tens digit, but it's 0. So the 0 and the tens digit will borrow from the 100. So the 100 will become 1 and the tens will become 10. Now the 0 in the ones digit can borrow from the tens digit. So the tens digit will become 9 and the ones digit will become 10. Now 10 minus 7 is 3, 9 minus 2, 7, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 73. Now 203 minus 154. 3 minus 4 we can't. So 3 must borrow from the 0. Also it can't. So now the 0 in the tens will borrow from the hundreds, where the hundreds 2 will become 1. The tens digit will become 10. Now the ones can borrow from the tens, so it becomes 13 and the tens digit will become 9. 13 minus 4, 9, 9 minus 5, 4, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 49. Operation 8. 903 minus 794. Okay. 3 minus 4, we can't subtract 4 from 3. So 3 must borrow. But the tens digit is 0. So the 0 will borrow from the hundreds. That will become 8. And the tens digit will become 10. Now the 3 in the ones will become 13. And the tens digit will become 13 minus 4, 9, 9 minus 9, 0, and 8 minus 7, 1. So the answer is 109. Borrow from the tens digit, but it also 0. So now the 0 in the tens digit will borrow from the hundreds. That will become 5. And the tens will become 10. So now the ones digit, which is 0, will borrow from the tens digit. So the tens digit will become 9 and the ones digit will become 10. Now 10 minus 4, 6, 9 minus 6, 3, and 5 minus 2, 3. So the answer is 336. The last operation in exercise 1, 705 minus 348. 5 minus 8, we can't. Now, 5 must borrow from the tens, but it is 0. So the 0 in the tens will borrow from the hundreds, 7. That will become 6, and the tens digit will become 10. 5 now can borrow from the tens digit. It will become 15, and the tens digit, which is 10, will become 9. So now 15 minus 8, 7, 9 minus 4, 5, and 6 minus 3, 3. So the answer is 357. Exercises 3 and 4 can be solved by the same method, so I'll send them PDF. Problem 5. In a shop there were 720 bottles of water. There are still 83 bottles left. How many bottles have been sold? So he's telling me that the number of bottles of water in the shop is 720. So 83 bottles of them are still in the shop, means the remaining bottles from the 720 are 83. So how many bottles have been sold? How can we know? Of course, by subtraction operation. So we subtract from the total number of bottles 720, we subtract the number of bottles left, which is 83. So 720 minus 83, we do an operation and get the answer. Let's do it together. We will do the operation in the right side under the word operation. So I put the word 720. Now minus. I put minus as you see. So we have 83. How will I put the number 83 under the 720? 83 is a number of 2 digits. The first digit 3 is the ones and the second is the tens. So I fill it from the right side, where 3 must be under the 0 since it is the ones, and 8 must be under the 2 since it is the tens, and nothing under the 100 because 83 has no hundreds. Now let's subtract 83 from 720. So 0 minus 3 we can subtract. So the 0 will borrow from 2. It will borrow 10. So the 2 becomes 1, and the 0 will become 10. Now 10 minus 3, 7. 1 minus 8 we can't, so we borrow from the 7 in the hundreds 1, so the 7 becomes 6 and the 1 becomes 11. So 11 minus 8, 3, and 6 we put it down since 83 has no hundreds. So he asked me how many bottles have been sold. 637, the number of bottles have been sold. Problem number 7. In a school there are usually 905 students. Today, the 29 students of the first cycle went out to visit the museum. How many students are there at most in the playground during recess? So we have 905 students in the whole school, but 297 of them, the students of cycle 1, went to the museum. So how many students remain in the school that we will see them in the playground during recess? So to know the remaining number of students, I must subtract the number of students of cycle 1 that went to the museum from the total number of the students in the school. So I write 905 minus 297. On the right side, let's do the operation. So 905 minus 297. Now we will subtract 5 minus 7. We can't. So we will borrow from the tens. but it is 0. So the 0 in the tens will borrow from the hundreds. That is 9 will become 8, and the 0 will become 10. Now the 5 in the ones can borrow from the 10. It becomes 15, and the 10 in the tens will become 9. Now we subtract 15 minus 7, 8, 9 minus 9, 0, 8 minus 2, 6. So the answer is 608. So the number of students that we will see in the playground during recess is 608 students.